Hello, everyone. Hope you are having an absolutely beautiful week and you've had an awesome day. So it's Lou here, and I guess, just jumping on. Been doing lots of these today. It seems to be the day for Facebook Lives. Anyway, as per my topic, so if today was your last day on earth, how would you spend this day? And this is a question that I love hearing from people, I guess, in terms of their response. So jump below, comment, tell me how it is that you would spend today if it was your last day on earth. Now, once you've commented on that, or at least had a think about it, I want to ask you, why are you not doing that today? What if today was your last day on earth? What if you didn't wake up tomorrow? Because you know what? So many people are fearful of going to sleep at night, because when you go to sleep, it's the most common place for you to not wake up and to die. And that's a pretty scary kind of thought, right? So what if that did happen? What if today was your last day? What if you didn't wake up tomorrow? Or would you be saying to yourself, God, I really wish I'd done this, or I really wish I'd done that, or I really wish I'd had the balls to go and try this? And why are we not doing that? I would really love to know that, guys. I guess, it's something that I think about a lot and I talk to a lot of people about. So I'm asking this because obviously, I'm a business coach. So I help women start their dream business so that they can leave a job they hate and to empower them to become the confident and courageous woman that they truly are. So my mission is to help 1 million women leave or start their dream businesses so that they can leave a job that they do not love every single day. And you know what? You might like it, but unless you love it, then I am here to help you leave that, or to start something that you absolutely love in order to be able to leave that. So imagine if that was your story. Imagine if you sat here right now going, you know what? I already live my dream. I get to run my own business. I get to I get to go to the beach with my children. I get to travel the world with my partner. I get to be at home when my kids get home from school. I get to work in a business with my husband. Imagine all these things that you would love to be doing right now. In my lunch break, at lunchtime, I want to be running across the beach, but I can't right now because I'm too busy working, or I'm in meetings, or whatever it is. So, really have a think about what it is that you would want to be doing, and why are we not doing this right now? What if I could give you something and like a magic pill, and you could just wake up tomorrow and start living every single area of your life in absolute abundance, doing exactly what you wanted to do. So look, I say this because obviously I talk to women every single day, the most inspiring, powerful women, and they share with me their story. They are so vulnerable, and they share with me where their life has been, what their biggest challenges are, where they'd love to see themselves in the future, and they share with me what's holding them back. So most of the time it is fear of failure, it is fear of success, it is fear of money, and it's fear of judgment. In fact, there are so many fears, but they are the number 4 fears in which I talk to women about, and I talk to them about why we hold on to that. I talk about it previously. Nearly 12 months ago, I left my job, I left my career. And why did I do that? Not because I hated what I did, because I loved what I did, but I wanted to do it more. I wanted to do it all the time, and I wanted to be able to help more women and have a bigger impact. So I left that job. However, I was in fear. I fell into fear. I plummeted into it. I didn't know what I was meant to be doing with my life. I was lost. I had people in my world that I needed to get rid of, and I needed to really connect with who I was and what my mission was. So then what happened is that I had to pay some bills before I went bankrupt, and I went back into employment. I went back into a casual role, and then I worked my way up to 40 hours. So the last week, obviously I've just been coaching around the clock, and I absolutely love it. Like the energy that it gives me, and the love, and just being able to help people, whether it's my friends that are contacting me, or whether it's people that I've never even spoken to who share with me the most amazing things, and some of you guys are those people. And and I talk about why you don't start that dream business, and we talk about the money, and we talk about the failure and everything else. And you know what? Something kind of hit me last week while I was working, and I started to question myself. Am I living in line with what I coach people? Am I walking my talk? Am I dishing out advice, and am I living up to the advice that I give? And then an area in my life popped up, and I went, no, I'm absolutely not. So I shared my life story on my personal page because I felt like I was living in shame of what had kind of happened. And then over the next few days, I've been going, you know what? I love my coaching business, and I love helping women start their dream businesses so that they can leave jobs that they don't love and start something more with their life. And I love being able to talk to the most spiritually connected, women with the universe. And I love being able to talk about the challenges and, the stories and what it is that those dreams are for the next 12 months and beyond. It's the best freaking job I could ever ask for, the best life I could ask for. However, that casual job I just mentioned, I was still in it, right? I still go 40 hours a week, I work 4 days, and I was finding myself getting angry and angrier the time I went in there. It was frustrating me, my colleagues coming in, and they didn't want to be there, and it was really frustrating me, yet I couldn't say anything because they were just a reflection of me. They were just reflecting my frustration at myself for having to go into a job that I really don't love. And why was I going there? Because of the connection that I have with people. And that was it. It was the security, right? I just go there because it was secure. So what did I do? So I had a conversation with one of my coaches and mentors, and I let out a whole bunch of frustration. And then today, hi Katie! And today I walked in, my boss came in at 8:30, we had a great chat, hadn't seen him for a few days, and I looked at him and I said, I'm going to do something right now that you're not really going to like me for. And he looked at me and he held his breath, and I said, I have to resign. And what came after that was a great big high five. It was that is absolutely amazing. I'm so incredibly excited for you taking full control of your business and being able to do what you love every single day. So the story in my head was that I was letting him down and I could not possibly leave, because what if, I was breaking commitments to him? Or what if he couldn't find someone to replace him, which is ridiculous because everyone's replaceable. What if there were all these what ifs, when ultimately I let it out and I felt free and I felt back in connection with who I was, and ultimately gave my boss the opportunity to employ someone who really wanted to be there, who wanted to be able to run that business the way that I had and take it to the next step, and who wanted to invest all the time that I didn't have to invest in there, because I ultimately wanted to be investing my own time in my own business and helping all of you. So look, the purpose of this, I guess, is really, what are we doing in our lives that we don't love? 100%. Ask yourself every day when you get up. I do every single day. I go, right, do I love every relationship in my life right now? And if I don't, I question why not. And if it's something I've fixed, then I'll go out and fix it. And if it's not worth fighting for, then I will let it go. Do I love my bank account right now? Absolutely not. When I decided to start my dream business coaching last year, I was in $150,000 worth of debt. I was on the verge of bankruptcy until I woke up and I went, fuck that. That's not going to be my story. You start fighting for something and you fight for your business because it hasn't even started yet. So to hell with letting it fail 3 days in. So what am I doing now? So now I get to start and I get to run my own business and I get to be empowered by helping other people, and I get to be able to make a living out of that, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then, I looked at my job, obviously, and I've just shared that I wasn't loving it. It was incongruent. I coach women to start their dream businesses to leave their job. Yet I'd started mine, but I couldn't leave mine until today, when I decided to let it go and just welcome whatever comes into my life next. I've had relationships in my life that I've really struggled to let go of. I've thought, God, without that person, I'm nothing. Without that person, I can't have this. But then I don't have that family, and then I don't have their friendship, and blah, blah, blah. And we tell ourselves all this crap. When you know what? When you decide that you're actually better than the relationship that you've got, if it's not serving you, like if you don't love that relationship, then there's something about it that's not serving you. And when you grow the balls to either have a conversation and go, you know what? I don't like the way you're talking to me, or I don't like the way you are mistreating me, or I don't like whatever, let's have a conversation about it. Or if it's really bad, then walking away and having the strength to do that. Like if you're not loving that shit, then walk away. Like there is nothing more disempowering than having an area of our life where we're just staying stuck because we're too scared to leave it. So that's, I guess, gone off on a completely different tangent, but I really wanted to jump on here and just go, guys, if you're stuck in an area in your life and you don't know how to get out of it, then you have to ask for help. I've come to terms with the fact that I don't know everything. My ego thinks it knows everything, trust me, but I don't. So what do? I reach out and I ask for help. I look at someone who's worked their shit out in that area, and I say, look, this is where I'm at, can you help me? If I need a health coach, I'll go get a health coach, or in fact I do. If I need a business coach, I'm going to go get one who's running a successful business, which I've done. If I need help with my relationships, then I'll go find someone to help me in that space, or I'll talk to my cousin or my friends or whoever it's going to be. But I guess just get yourself out of that and get yourself into a place where you are loving everything about your life, where you wake up every single day and you go, fuck, I'm lucky. Look at the awesome life that I've created. When you go to bed every night and you go, I don't want to go to bed right now because I love everything so much and I just want to have more of it. That is an empowering life, and that is the life in which you truly deserve. So if you're not getting that right now and you are stuck, then please comment on this thread. Jump off. shoot me a message. I am here to help anyone in any way I possibly can, and if I can't help you, then I will find someone else that can, because there is nothing more in this life than what I want is to be able to help other women, and men for that matter, be able to live a life in which they absolutely fucking love every single day. So, as always, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you so much, for hearing this. And for those of you who I've already spoken to so far that inspire me every single day with your stories, thank you. And I look forward to talking to more of you soon. Have a rocking night, and I will chat to you later. Bye.